Hello, everybody. It's Scott Bent with Total Life Changes, and I'm excited to share with you a little bit of information today. I get a lot of questions about what is the best way to build the binary, and I see people who are able to recruit a lot of people that aren't having a lot of success because the people below them aren't able to recruit as well as them, and so they're not winning as much. And I believe that if you build correctly, you'll be able to help most of the people below you in some sort of way. And so I want to quickly talk about a couple of basic things. Obviously, the main foundation of your binary and how you build is getting binary qualified. Most people, if you utilize the system that TLC gives you of switching your preferred placement to the left and to the right, to the left and to the right, are going to end up with an organization that looks something like this. This is what's sort of called a power leg build, where you're building completely on the outside left and the outside right. Who does it help? We're going to talk about that a little bit. This is what I believe works better. This right here, again, let's be clear. I'm teaching you what I believe, what I think is the best way, what I teach my organization. So be mindful of that. Somebody in your organization may teach something differently. This is what I believe is the best thing. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And so I want to get, how do you even get to these screens? What do these screens even mean? When you log into your TLC back office, you're going to be able to go to the organization tab, and you're going to be able to go to graphic downline light. And it's going to open up the screen that looks like this. You're going to be at the top of that screen. That's you right up here. And obviously, the first thing you need to be thinking about doing as quickly as you can is signing up one person on your left side and one person on your right side. That's what is the main foundation of your business. That makes you binary qualified. That makes you able to get the residual income of Total Life Changes. And so that should be your first step. Honestly, I'll tell you that these two spots are very, very important in your organization. And I'll talk about that a little bit more. So if you can find people that you care about, that you love, or that are going to run with you to go in these spots, because these spots are going to be very beneficial. And as you may know, for you to promote and hit ranks inside of Total Life Changes, you need to help people that you personally sponsored hit ranks below you as well. And so it's a beautiful system that causes us to help the people on our way up the ladder to success. And so we're going to keep moving. I want to talk about this a little bit, but again, remember, getting two people, that's the magic of TLC. That gets you binary qualified, gets you the ability to earn residual income with Total Life Changes. Now, if you went to the basic system of Total Life Changes in your back office, if you went to My Profile, which will be at the top right screen, and go to Preferred Placement, and you set your leg to either to the left leg or to the right leg. If you have a power leg, you're typically going to set this to one leg that you need to build on and leave it there. You may need to switch legs if you're building two legs. If you build two legs, it's okay. I build two legs also. It's possible for you to have success by building two legs. But if you do this and you do not sign up people any other way than just allowing them to go to your website and join, you're going to end up with a structure looking like this. And so this is the example that I want to talk about. This is 7 people on your left side and 7 on your right side. And so let's say you sponsored these 14 people. Now, as you add them down, the only person that this really helps is you. You can almost look at it pointing as an arrow at the one person that it benefits. Now, this person and this person, they may be getting some volume from these people here that are below them, but on their other leg, they have no help. And so I believe that it takes a very special type of person to be able to recruit enough people to build a leg, one leg by itself, that's sustainable, that can get them residual income, that can really change their life, honestly. But if you build this same structure a different way, you're going to be able to help more people win inside of it. And so I want to just, again, take a look at this structure. See how it's sort of hollowed out in this middle? I've used this phrase several times, and my good friend Philip Birchfield and I sort of laugh about it a little bit, because you can't build a house on stilts. And, you're the house. And these are the foundation of your business. And if you build it this way, it can collapse very, very easily. And so you want to build it in such a way that it helps other people and it helps you. Let's keep in mind, check match bonus is very real, and building it this way, you're not helping anybody with their binary pay in any way, shape, or form. They have to build their pay leg, because you're only running people on the outside left and the outside right. And so let's get to the structure that I believe works best. Again, remember this structure: 7 people on the left, 7 people on the right. The only person in this situation that has volume on both legs is you. Now, in this structure here, you still have 7 people on the left, and you still have 7 people on the right. But you can quickly see how much more solid it is. Now, the first 2 people, remember those first 2 spots I told you about that are pretty valuable spots? Now, not only do you have the same volume you had before, because you got 7 on the left and 7 on the right, but now this person, your personally sponsored person on the left, now they have volume on the left leg and on the right leg. Now, if they get binary qualified, now they're going to be able to add 1 person over here and 1 person over here, and they're instantly going to start making binary pay because they already have activity underneath both legs. As your organization grows, this person on your left side will most likely be one of the people that you promote with you as you move up in rank in Total Life Changes. The same is true on this right side. 7 people, but again, this person right here has volume on both legs. Now, again, look here, your number 2 left and your number 3 left, your number 2 right and your number 3 right, they also have volume on both legs. Now, what's going to happen is, as each of these people begin to get binary qualified or begin to recruit, it's going to build in the same way, because everybody's going to need to add 1 person on the left side, 1 person on the right side. So it's going to continue that same focus of building volume on 2 legs for the people below and above. And so I believe that this structure is a much more useful structure for you to build. Now, this is when you're starting. If you have already begun and you have built an organization that looks something like this, I want you, don't go in and start just filling in the available boxes. And we're going to talk about how you do that in a second. But find people in your organization that you personally sponsored or that are creating good volume on your pay leg, because there's your sponsor relationships and your volume relationships, people that are working, and they may be 10 levels deep or 3 levels deep. They may not be your personal sponsor, but they may be creating activity on your pay leg. You can help to build underneath those people by doing it the right way. And so that's my suggestion, is follow the volume. If you've already begun to build a structure like this and you have a bunch of inactive people, don't just start adding people underneath inactive people. Find the person or in the spot in your organization that is active and begin to build under them in this way, so that you can help create more volume underneath that person, more binary pay underneath that person, and you begin to infuse people that you personally sponsored into the active organization that's already working. So again, how do you get this type of structure? If you don't know how to do it any different way than the default way of Total Life Changes shows you, I'm going to show you very quickly how you make this structure happen as opposed to this structure. And so when you go back in your back office, like I showed you, and you go to graphic downline light, and this window pops up, You see these available boxes right here? If you click on that word available, it's going to open up a screen that will allow you to open up an enrollment application. So wherever you click available at, the person that you sign up on this enrollment application is going to end up right there in that spot. And so in your back office, when you go to organization, then graphic downline light, and this window opens up, if you want to place somebody right here, you click on that available box, you fill out this application with your new business partner, and they're going to be placed right there where you put them at. It is the way to make sure that you control the way your organization is built and grows. I very rarely have anyone to just directly sign up from my website and click join. That is something that if I can't control if they just go there, and it happens from time to time, but usually it's going to happen because I've had a conversation with them. We've talked about how they are going to effectively come into Total Life Changes and grow for themselves and be successful, and how I'm going to help them is I'm going to find a spot in my organization to place them that does best for them and does best for the people that I place them below. And so that's the way to build an effective organization like this. And so make sure you are very mindful of how that organization grows and builds, because if you've been in Total Life Changes for a while, you most likely have some areas that look like this. But it's not too late. You can begin to go deeper in your organization, find the active people, and begin to build under them and have just as much success building like this under new people as you would have from the start. And so this is just, again, a quick video to give you an idea of how much more successful that these people are going to be from the start if you help them by building it correctly. The volume still ends up the same for you either way, but building it this way helps your entire team better as opposed to this structure, which only really helps you. But in the long run, it doesn't really help you, because many times these people end up quitting because they do not end up seeing the binary pay that a structure like this will allow them to get. And so, again, just a brief video to give you an idea of what I consider to be the best way to build is to build a solid foundation. And again, if you're just starting in Total Life Changes and you haven't signed up anybody, congratulations, you got this information early. And so I highly suggest that you build this way to begin with. And if you're a person who gets spillover on a power leg and you only have to build one leg, build that one leg the same way. Build the one leg this same way, and you allow the power leg to do what it's supposed to do. It's just going to allow you to be much more successful, much faster, because you only have to build one side of your business. Again, congratulations to you if that's your case. But again, hopefully this video helps you on how to build the binary foundation in a very solid way. As always,